Top 10 Inventions of the History. Though we have been on the planet for a relatively short amount of time, modern Homo sapiens have dreamed up and created some amazing, sometimes far out things. From the moment someone bashed a rock on the ground to make the first sharp-edged tool, to the debut of the wheel, to the development of BMW and the Internet, several key advancements stand out as particularly revolutionary. Here are our top picks for the most important inventions of all the time. Please like our video and share it with your friends. Do not forget to subscribe our channel and press the bell icon. On number 10, we have the wheel. No list of top inventions can be completed without the wheel and axle. Before the wheel showed up around 3500 BC, invented by ancient Greeks, we were very limited in how much and how far we could travel with products. After invention of wheel, now transportation is a piece of cake for everyone. On number 9, we have the nail. Without nails, civilization would surely crumble. This key invention dates back more than 2000 years to the ancient Roman period and became possible only after humans developed the ability to cast and shape metal. Previously, before invention of nails, wood structures had to be built by interlocking adjacent boards geometrically. On number 8, the compass. Ancient mariners navigated by the stars, but that method didn't work during the day or on cloudy nights. The Chinese invented the first compass between 9th and 11th century. Soon after, the technology passed to Europeans and Arabs through nautical contact. The compass enabled mariners to navigate safely far from land, increasing sea trade and contributing to the age of discovery. On number 7, the printing press. The German Johannes Gutenberg invented the printing press around 1440. Though others before him, including inventors in China and Korea, had developed movable type made from metal, Gutenberg was the first to create a mechanized process that transferred the ink which he made from linseed oil and soot from the movable type to paper. With this movable type process, printing presses exponentially increased the speed with which book copies could be made, and thus they led to the rapid and widespread dissemination of knowledge for the first time in the history. According to record, 20 million volumes had been printed in Western Europe by 15th century. Now on number 6, the internal combustion engine. Combustion engines convert chemical energy into mechanical work. Decades of engineering by many scientists went into designing the internal combustion engine, which took its essentially modern form in the later half of the 19th century. The engine ushered in the industrial age as well as enabling the invention of a huge variety of machines, including modern cars and aircraft. In a 4-stroke internal combustion engine, the first one is intake stroke. In this stroke, air and vaporized fuel are drawn in. In compression stroke, fuel vapor and air are compressed and ignited. Then in combustion stroke, fuel combusts and piston is pushed downwards, powering the machine. And finally, in exhaust stroke, exhaust is driven out. This was a tough one. As the steam engine is pretty great too, we decided on the combustion engine primarily because it's small. Not to mention you don't need some guy shoveling coal into a furnace to make the magic happen. Without this, we are still stuck on the train to get everywhere. The automobile doesn't exist, and I am still cutting my grass with scissors. On number 5, the telephone. Though several inventors did pioneering work on electronic voice transmission, Alexander Graham Bell was the first to be awarded a patent for the electric telephone in 1876. He drew his inspiration from teaching the deaf and also visits to his hearing impaired mom. He called the first telephone an electrical speech machine. The invention of telephone quickly took off and revolutionized global business and communication. When Graham Bell died on August 2, 1922, US telephone service stopped for a minute to honor him. On number 4, the light bulb. According to historians, 24 people were instrumental in inventing incandescent lamps throughout the 1800s. Thomas Edison is credited as the primary inventor because he created a completely functional lighting system, including a generator and wiring as well as a carbon filament bulb in 1879. We have a bit of a love or hate relationship with the light bulb. Before it was around, productivity was limited to the daylight hours. So when the sun went down, everyone went to bed and then got up to start working when the sun showed up again. The light bulb made it possible to work all day and night, significantly increasing productivity. Unfortunate for us, now also night shift exists in our jobs. Stupid light bulb. That's all because of you. On top 3, we have penicillin. It is one of the most famous discovery stories in history. In 1928, the Scottish scientist Alexander Fleming noticed a bacteria-filled petri dish in his laboratory with its lid accidentally ajar. The sample had become contaminated with a mold, and everywhere the mold was, the bacteria was dead. That antibiotic mold turned out to be the fungus Penicillium, and over the next 2 decades, chemists purified it and developed the drug penicillin, which fights a huge number of bacterial infections in humans without harming the humans themselves. On top 2nd, we have computer. The computer was born not for entertainment or email, but out of a need to solve a serious number crunching crisis. Before Charles Babbage came along, a computer was a person, someone who literally sat around all day adding and subtracting numbers and entering the results into tables. In 1819, Charles Babbage visited the City of Light and viewed the unpublished manuscript with page after page of tables. If only, he wondered, there was a way to produce such tables faster with less manpower and fewer mistakes. He thought of the many marvels generated by the Industrial Revolution. If creative and hardworking inventors could develop the cotton gin and the steam locomotive, then why not a machine to make calculations? He spent 8 years perfecting his idea. In 1832, he produced a functioning prototype of his table-making machine that is called computer. On top 1. The Internet. It really needs no introduction. The global system of interconnected computer networks known as the Internet is used by billions of people worldwide. Countless people helped developing it, but the person most often credited with its invention is the computer scientist Lawrence Roberts. In the 1960s, a team of computer scientists working for the US Defense Department, that is ARPA, Advanced Research Projects Agency, built a communications network to connect the computers in the agency called ARPANET. It used a method of data transmission called packet switching, which Roberts, a member of the team, developed based on prior work of the other computer scientists. ARPANET was the predecessor of the Internet. Lawrence Roberts is given the most credit for this amazing invention that has changed the way we live, design, are entertained, communicate, learn, and more. Thanks to the Internet, we can find information on just about any topic in seconds, while revolutionizing the way people do business. And the best thing about the Internet, unlike inventions like the wheel, the best is yet to come. It is indeed the greatest invention of all the time. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you want to suggest us any topic, please comment below.